I heard you guys. My apologies on the disconnection. But yes, what were you saying in regards to the valuable topic? Because we have to get to the topic. Have to finish that.
So basically, what I was saying to re-summarize it, Kevin Samuels was basically saying things that I feel like most people, most women, felt like he was saying that we were not valuable. And I think it was the framing of the word less valuable. But like I said before, I am an eat the fish, spit out the bone type of person, and I feel like as people, as adults, as mature adults, we kind of have to do that in life in general because we're not listening to the day-to-day people, these podcasts with these, people are not going to school to be scholars of the material that they're speaking on. Yeah. And neither are we, but you have to eat the fish and spit out the bone. So that's kind of what I did with Kevin Samuels. I loved his message to an extent, and I also did not like his message to an extent. And I think we spoke about that briefly before we got back on was necessarily what I was going to say. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Basically speaking, like how his message has reached so many different people that does not know how to eat the fish and spit out the bone. Yeah. So they're just listening to him, and they're not even listening to the full 3 hours of his conversation. They're listening to the 30 minutes, the 30-second snap, or the 1 minute snap that he's posting, and that's going viral about the average at best girl, which I believe is a attractive woman who is a single mother who had herself together, but of course. Just because the average person does not find her or deem her as unattractive does not mean that she's less valuable. Correct. Does not mean that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's always so crazy because I always thought about that because again, I am a person who, regardless of how society may view a person and may not like them, I always form my own opinion of someone. And that's what I did with Kevin Samuels. I formed my own opinion of him. So in forming my own opinion of him, I would listen to him, but I had to think about it subconsciously. Sometimes things that I listen to, I subconsciously start thinking that maybe I am not less valuable. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So that's why this is just my perception because some people have a wall built up where that won't happen to them. You get what I'm saying? They can't again eat the fish, spit bone. No, I was swallowing the bone at that point. And then sometimes again
cutting you off, but then some people are also they're set it off completely. Like they won't listen to it at all. Yeah. So they'll be in complete rejection of what he's saying and not necessarily understanding that some of it is true. Yeah. But they can't take that.
Which is why so many people was so attracted to him in the first place because it was the truth, a hard truth at that. Like again, I wouldn't call him and let him just berate me. Like again, I have valid points to stand on to why I am not a less valuable woman. Like I can quote scripture and just tell you how my value
Proverbs
is
31.
Don't play. And as well, I always go by the fruit that people bear at the end of the day. Like you get what I'm saying? Like what the Kevin Samuels fruit, what fruit did he bear in regards to what did he leave on this earth for people? You get what I'm saying? And if whatever he has, if it's good fruit, then you could pick from that. And if it's bad fruit, you pick from that. That's the type of person that I am. Like, and I know that all I try to do is leave good fruit because you get what I'm saying? But again, like you were saying before, there's a lot of people out there that do not know how to even decipher from information. And again, a lot of people just, to be honest, you just want information, especially feeling lost. Even us talking about dating right now, they felt lost about the dating game. Women nowadays, single parents dating now, even how we are, because he mentioned a lot of things, which is going to kind of go to our next subject. He mentioned a lot of things that would happen or a reason why a guy shouldn't date someone that is a single parent, because you have to have boundaries in place. And it could be this because especially we have daughters, so you guys already know that aspect of the situation. We're going to go into that rabbit hole. But again, that's what a lot of Kevin Samuels would mention that. And again, I correlated him with so much that was that truth in all the, you know what I'm saying? You a 9 at best, or you a 6 at best, or something like that. But he would say little truths because that is kind of true. Because I have those thoughts sometimes when I date a guy. Do he have, not say for perverted thoughts, but I have a daughter. You get what I'm saying? So, and again, if we get very, very serious in that aspect, so I completely understood what he was talking about. But then that comes in with the boundaries. I have a person that, I'm going to vet the guy, the fruit they bear, or how type person, type people they are, type of
their morals,
what type parent they are, their parent. And so you get what I'm saying? It's like, and then I'll put those boundaries in place. So what about you? Do you have like boundaries set in place when you date?
Yeah. So when I date, I usually like to date somebody for a couple months before introducing them to my children. I actually kind of small conversations, but as far as meeting in person, as far as spending a lot of time, I don't do that. I take my time with that. The other boundaries that I have is I actually allow my family to vet as well. So I introduce my family to a person. And some people are opposed to this. Some people like to take months at a time and really get locked in with a person. But my family knows me.
In and out.
They know me in and out.
and they not gonna have it. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay.
Yeah, so they'll vet this person before, or this person will vet my family, and they'll, do what they need to do. I've had multiple men counsel themselves out, and I've had to counsel men out because of relationships that my family didn't deem as suitable for the person that I was at heart. So, and like our people know us. Our people know us, and we're dating these people, and if these people cannot at least accept our family, then what are we doing?
Exactly.
What are we doing? So yeah, so that was definitely a good one. That was definitely
I definitely can. But that's good that you have those rules. And again, some people don't even know that, so it's good to put that up there because again, I didn't have that at first, but I would. It's not saying I didn't have that. No, I had my own like way of doing it. But sometimes people are like, oh no, I don't want my family. Like you say, to maybe I need to wait 6 months. No, sometimes you can save yourself 5 months if you let them. It's safe to have you guys just happy just having a family barbecue, something that is not too intimate, where it's a social family event where people like your neighbor can just walk in. You get what I'm saying? So it's not like, oh, it's just so intimate like a Christmas dinner. Because a lot of people, when the holidays come around and when it's like a premature relationship, people be trying to invite their, oh, should I do? Like, no, of course, those are more intimate things. So you're going to be meeting the grandma, the great grandma, and people that you probably shouldn't meet until 6-7 months later on, or in like a little bit later on in the relationship. But meet my mom, or again, if you know you have a best friend type relationship with your mom, and you know your mom has to see somebody to vet them. I don't see the big deal as to doing that.
And friends, people don't know that friends are also another thing. I think that my first time
happy friends.
Yeah, happy friends. Yes. I think the first time I actually met my long distance boyfriend was my first time I met my long distance boyfriend in person. We actually had like a social gathering where it was kind of like a date, but it was also a double date. It was like individual single friends, and Jelly, you were there. Yeah. You were there. That was my first time meeting him in person, but we had been talking for a month and a half at that time. Yeah. So it had been some time, and to see how he interacted with my friends, my male friends, my female friends, how he interacted with his family, his friends, like it definitely opened my eyes to the person that he was, and it opened his eyes to the person that I was. Yeah. We actually was able to open up more to each other, be more vulnerable to each other, have more engaging conversations about how each one of us interacted with each other, how we interacted with our friends, and how our friends felt that we did it as well. So I think that's a key too. A lot of us try to isolate ourselves when we're dating and trying to get locked in with somebody before we bring them to the public. But at the end of the day, if y'all gonna mesh. Yeah, if y'all gonna mesh. If you have to work out the kinks a little bit. You may be missing something that somebody around you is seeing with deer and headlights, especially when we're girls. Especially when we're moms, like men have their ways and we do too.
Necessarily, I think we have like two different types, but at the end of the day, we like good looking guys. So you can just like, all in like, but no, sometimes you need that friend to be like, no, girl, I need to look at this type of thing. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just like kind of like that balance aspect. So I'm glad you brought that up. It's like, when moving forward, like dating purposefully, do you look for those like key factors with a guy? Because to be honest, when you're dating with a purpose, again, you say even if you haven't met in person, you can kind of see their character. So it's like you get what I'm saying. So you can see when y'all get in person, or what type of character he would be around your not saying like not saying he's gonna be like a facade or anything. That even with your children, but even friends and family. You get what I'm saying? Like you kind of like, I wouldn't say see what type of person, because everybody can put a mask, things like that.
People do wear masks. I would say my best bet, people wear masks for 90 days. That's my rule of thumb. 90-day rule. I feel like I'm going to take everything with a grain of salt for the first 90 days. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be vulnerable. I'm not going to be open. That just means that I'm not going to take everything on the heart, because most people put on masks for 90 days. That's just my rule of thumb. But I guess the question that you're asking is, what was the question?
Like, will you date with a purpose? Like, can you see that out? Like dating, like without, let's say like, within a day, or I see, you're not purposeful dating, but of course you can see, because sometimes within the first, what you doing,
couple days,
hey, what's your hey beautiful? You can hey beautiful with me. stop. Like,
don't overdo the queen.
Don't overdo the queen. On this wonderful sunny day, sir. You're not a poet. That's not the game. You get what I'm saying? Like, you spot out the fraud because you're dating with a purpose. Like, I'm really rich.
I think that's all. Yeah, I definitely get what you're saying now. I think that's all with intentional dating, and that's all with asking purposeful questions.
Yeah.
So you can intentional date all you want, but if you're not asking purposeful questions, then you're not gonna. Your intentional dating is just saying, I want this, I want that.
Yeah, okay.
I want to get this. But if you're not necessarily getting to know the person and how they're moving and watching their mannerisms, like just taking somebody for face value instead of trying to change them or saying that, because most people can maneuver or can kind of morph.
Yeah,
that's the word I was looking for. Morph into what you want.
Yeah.
So not saying that you shouldn't tell people what things you want, what things you like, but just be mindful that people can do that.
Yeah.
Like if I say I want flowers, you can show up and give me flowers every day, but that's not what you truly want to do.
That makes so much sense. No,
yeah,
for sure, exactly. Like, and it's like, again, just be who you are in a dating. Like, I want a guy who is naturally romantic, who naturally likes to be a gentleman, like who naturally is a good person, who naturally is kind, who's caring. Like, do not put on for me, like, because then when you put on for me and I'm getting to a relationship or falling for you, thinking of this aspect as thinking that's who you are. I won't say 24/7 because sometimes we do have to refill ourselves. So you have to, kind of, okay, let me get back to myself for a second. Then I can fill Angelica back up. And I would give you that time and hopefully vice versa. But it's just like, I have to always be intentional about what I speak. I just haven't been running into those guys. And I have to be open when I do run into them to let them see it. To see it. Because first red flag. It's first yellow. No, first what?
It's a first yellow.
First hard green. You know how that green start going into yellow and orange.
Hold on, wait.
Once it started going into yellow, orange, I was like, what's going on here? Like, but you get what I'm saying?
No, I definitely get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. No,
I hate that I'm like that.
That makes sense. Are you but do you like what I started to do is I started to list out what I need and then list out what I want. So some of the things that I need is I need a consistent.
I need a consistent man.
You said schoolwork?
Yeah.
I do too. But when you want something and you want to achieve something, we both went to
whatever.
Yeah, we got whatever. I'm okay to work for what I want. I will tell you that.
You're right.
So the things,
I am a little bit lazy. So
the things that I it's okay. I'm lazy too sometimes. I'm lazy. No, I be catching myself. I be like, dang, I ain't did this all week. Yeah. I ain't worked out all week. But anyway, we're gonna get back to it. But I
ain't posted all week.
Just make sure you wrap yourself back around and you get yourself back on the court. It's okay to slip.
But I haven't
got accountable people.
No, it's so funny because I do need to listen. Like, I have it in my head, but I do need to write it down and actually verbalize it more of what I want.
What you need and then what you want.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, thank you. Please say that.
What you need.
What I need.
How you say what you want?
What I want. Tell me what you want. What you really, really want. I get it. I want to really.
No, I get it.
I know. It's what I really wanted. Okay, yeah.
No.
What I need. Dang. Okay.
Because if you think about it, what you want, everybody wants.
And even speaking
most women want it.
That is so true. I hate that.
Most women want an attractive man. Most women want a man that's going to spend money. Most women are going to want a man that's over 6 feet. Come on, and let's be honest, black.
Oh my God,
we don't frat, boo. They all want black women, black men. It is what it is.
I can't wait until I get a camera, a good camera person where they can zoom in because I just roll my eyes. What you said? All right, you're so right.
No, that's true.
But no, you're so true. That's so right. Like I always get the guys that everybody wants. I'm just like. But it's what I listed for. So it wasn't really like their character because at the end of the day, their character wasn't because I'm over here going back and forth with person.
But think about it. If you're already attracting the men that you physically are attracted to, think about it. You're already attracting that. So I'm pretty sure you've always attracted me. I've always attracted attractive men. It was the men that were lacking the things that I needed that I had a hard time finding. So what I did is I prioritized what I needed over what I wanted. And guess what? I'm still attracting the same type of men because I'm still the same person, right? I'm growing to be better. So you're gonna attract better
I'm learning
men.
this now, and again, and y'all don't think I'm just like a virgin and out there in these dating streets, because I have been, but I just haven't been applying anything because I be in the house all the time. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna do that when I get back out there. Like I'm gonna do it, and
I'm gonna test that one out.
Yeah, it's gonna be a year later. Girl, have you tested? Girl, no. I've been working. Look, I've been
working, and I just been doing what
I've been real talking. Look, I'm just joking, but no, I definitely have to. Like, I talk about dating with intention. I have to start dating with intention. Like, I have to get myself out there at a point where making myself even available, because I know I tried online dating. I made the profile, so if y'all see me on there, it's not active. So please, Angelica's not doing anything. But I don't do it because again, I overthink things. I'm like, this is a catfish. I said, I'm like, what they want, and then I'm like, I always think about it's just a whole rabbit hole with dating online. So that's why I can't do it.
I tried it.
It's
I
good.
tried it. No, I didn't.
It's good.
No, but you know what? During my time, I did a year of celibacy. During my time of celibacy, I did do a little bit of online dating, and dating guys from all over. But some of it was online dating, and what I've noticed is it's all practice.
Okay.
My intentions were to find someone to date, to be in a relationship with, to commitment, to being to marriage eventually, right? Yeah. But if it doesn't work out, I don't see it as a failure. I see it as an attempt.
Yeah.
So I'm keep trying until I get it right. So it's all about how you think about it, and that's kind of what I did. Yeah. So don't think of it as a failure. Think of it as an attempt. It didn't work for you.
Yeah.
The people you were going at.
I was like, Lord. Yeah. I was like, and then one thing about when you make those online dating profiles, you cannot delete them. You can't. I'm trying to hide. You get notifications. I'm trying to hide on my email. It's just too much. So I just say I'm not there. I can't do it. So I'm actively putting myself places where the type of guy that I want that I want to attract should be.
Okay.
So like the library, if a good looking guy, I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Girl, I'm not
Starbucks and stuff like that. Just little things like that. I try to put myself out places. Even sometimes, depending on the grocery store, even the grocery store, I have to be mindful sometimes because I do be on my phone a lot or looking down, because I am an attractive girl. We attractive girls. Like, you literally, if we give eye contact to them, people try to invite the conversation.
I always say,
I look away. It's like, because then you be nice. I was like, put a smile. And then, God forbid, we have a straight face. Put a smile on your face, beautiful. Sir, I'm just thinking about something. And it's like, I'm focused. And I actually have this face on because I don't want to be talked to right now in this second, because I know you trying to just talk to me. So, sir, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like you got to kind of avoid attention at times, and that can be kind of, I guess, so it's like repellent.
What I did when I was single is I went to places, of course, with men that I felt like I wanted. So I am like, my dad is a blue collar worker. My dad was a carpenter, so I like men that build things. I like men that can put stuff on.
I'm so bad. I got plans.
He gotta be a handyman, because I am a helpless damsel in
distress. I can't do anything.
So I would stay at Home Depot, stay at Lowe's. One, because of course I had the house, but two, because where you think they're gonna be? Girl, everybody's at the grocery store. Everybody gotta eat. Everybody's gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna be at an open bar. Yeah. It's normal, but you actually can find people when you're looking for more specific things. So Home Depot, I know he's a handyman. He's doing something handy in Home Depot or in Lowe's. Yeah. But I like to skate. You like to skate, right? Yeah. Go to the skating ring, because guess what, you're gonna find a man that can do what you can do too.
And I was, and he was like and then too, it'd be sometimes the guys that you be like, the guy that you want to talk to you, they don't. And the guys that you be like, so you have no chance.
Not no chance.
No chance. It's not that. It's like, sir. People talk about high and low values. No, it ain't even a value system. We are not even on the same level, sir. Like, we just no. Like, you know how like, it's not even how we look. Like, no, sir. No. And he grabbed my
he grabbed your hand.
Attempted. No, he didn't touch it, but he attempted to grab my hand so we could skate together. I said, absolutely.
I don't know about that. Grabbing hands and skating together.
I can't skate. So had he been T.I. or Fine, you gotta say it from
different.
Or you know what I'm saying? Esquire, you know what I'm saying? one of the ATL crew guys. Yes, maybe I probably would have did a little two-step. But no, absolutely not. So I snatched my. I said, "Sir, I'm about to get off. I'm actually about to leave." Call Uber outside. I drove.
You drove.
I from Uber outside. But yeah, I gotta deal with stuff like that. But no, it's just funny. So, ladies, moral of the story: keep trying.
Yes.
Yes, and I really, really appreciate it. Oh my gosh, you had such a good conversation.
You gotta be optimistic. You honestly gotta keep being optimistic, because if you let go of faith, then of course your faith is gone. Yeah,
you have to, especially with dating, because especially nowadays, and especially if you're in the any major urban cities, and I would say urban
metro,
metro,
Houston, Dallas, Vegas,
metropolitan cities, any metropolitan cities that you are nearby in a 500-mile radius, because even Savannah, people out there in Savannah ain't
really
safe. Yes.
I've been out there twice. Really?
Yeah, that is crazy. They the Savannah State girl.
I didn't think about that.
And Georgia something down there, girl.
I didn't think about that.
30 minutes away.
That's true. That's true.
But yes, oh my gosh, anything else to say before we go?
Oh my gosh, we did. That was a good topic. We can go on and on. We talk a lot. We talk a lot.
We probably gonna be talking as soon as we get off. But definitely, I love this. We gotta do it again, because just dating because I think a lot of people nowadays, especially moms, we don't even know how to navigate the dating scene and getting back out there, because a lot of us, speaking more so for myself, if we do want to get back out there or about to get back out there or even in there now, that's 9 out of 10 the person we've been with our child at an age where we can date. You get what I'm saying?
We can,
and so that's 9 out of 10, that's 5 years from later. So but even 5 years ago, dating is different. 10 years ago, as myself, my dating my daughter 8 years ago, you get what I'm saying? When me and her father met, we was different. We actually went on dates. We actually dated. It was people actually waited to have sex, but nowadays, again, you feel that need to rush,
that need a connection. I think that'd be a great topic to talk about. A lot of people are hypersexual.
Yeah.
And I think the hypersexual culture is kind of also what's destroying our community as a whole, and that's why we're not building these lasting relationships because of it. So
yes, definitely. And God working on me with that. See you guys later. Bye.